Mom forever. I'm after that bad life. Come here, 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 come here. I walk a bit down like, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. I stroke your girl like, come here, come, come here, come here, come, come here, come, come. I tell you all my life, come here, 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 come here. She said it is hard to say I love you. Hope stop playing 'cause you never did. Although I showed you a life of luxury, give you my heart, I just never did. They say it's a problem when you getting money. I got a problem with being broke. Shawty say, Uno, acting funny. Get you a mirror, you see the joke. I'm like Barack in his first term. I get my culture real hope. This ain't vanilla, this chocolate, baby. No remix, this pure dope. Call me a past on first Sunday. Watch how I step on these niggas' toes. Most of these niggas is crash dummies. No work ethic, got no code. Got no more, got no goals. But ready to die by the free code. Shit, I'm earning my wins, going hard in the paint. Don't give me no free throws. 2 double shots at the Quavo. Runs offset when I pull up. Hit the vent gas when I take off. Slap high five with my amigos. I'm into that bad life. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. I walk a bit down like, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. I stroke your girl like, come here, come, come here, come here, come, come here, come, come. I'm telling you all my life. Come here, come here, come here. That's my shit. Come here, come here. One other one. Come here, come here, let go. Pay me in paper, blast took a man to the bag. I'm stretching it out like it's glad. The hood graded when it's 3rd and 10. You know I get after that sack. If you locked in, we don't count no favors. Don't worry about paying it back. We treat the main thing like a backwood. You know she gon' get fast. If he beef, we like the pressure cooker. Then get that shit done fast. I'm a syringe full up with penicillin. I go off in your ass. Boy, I ain't one of your mama little children. Better respect me like your dad. If you don't, I got a present for your white sheet and a toe tag. But little daddy, I don't want no pressure. I just want the cheddar. She gets sour when I leave. I call her my little umbrella. Take the 300 when it's time to slide. My bitch bring the Beretta. Chaka Khan when I step. Can nobody do it better? I told y'all boys I'm after that bag like come here.
Hey, it's hump day. We are 2 days away. Just feel it vibe a little bit.
I'm after that bag like come here, 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 come here. I walk a bit down like.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, detectives. How y'all feeling? Are y'all feeling great? Are you feeling blessed that God didn't forget you this morning? He ain't clock you out. You can see my medium ugly face. You can hear the energy in my voice. You went to sleep. You woke up with a job or whatever you got going on. You woke up with life. So you should be feeling good. And you work. If you woke up with worries, you go take a little nap and get back up and leave that. If you pray, you leave that where that need to be and do your part. And it'll all work out. Hey, man, y'all know who it is. It's the one and only, Uno the one, chinny hard-headed son, the lead dick around here, lead detective. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all feeling good. I hope y'all feeling amazing. Hey, I wanted to share this with somebody. You are doing great. You're doing amazing. You're doing an amazing job. The obstacles that you've overcome to get to where you're at right now, I don't know if many could have made it. The way that you take care of your family, the way that you love on your kids, you are a wonderful person. Anybody that has you in their life is lucky to have you. I'm thankful that you're in my life. Don't think that the small things that you do by having morals and principles and watching out for a friend and picking up the phone and reaching out and making sure your people are right, apologizing when you're wrong, those things don't go unnoticed. I appreciate that. I thank you for being you. You're amazing. And I love you. I don't know who that was for, but I had to tell you that. Hey, man, I'm just feeling good, man, because I got some sleep. Hold on. Your nephew, Bo, come say hey to the people. Say hey, come on. Come on, dude. Y'all see him? Y'all see your boy, man. He tripping right now. Bo is tripping. He said, but I am the lead detective dog here, and I haven't had any screen time so far since we got the new building. So I had to give him a little love, man. Y'all, when we come back, man, I'm welcoming y'all to work. Make sure y'all go buy the Highway Collection. But when we come back, we got a lot to discuss. Bo, come on. He trying. I got the door open, so it's people out there working in the yard. He want to go play. He want to go play with them. When we come back, we're gonna see who's at work. But I want you to make sure you spend by thehighwaycollection.com. That's HWYcollection.com. Enter the discount code UNO, and you will receive additional discounts on all of your merchandise. But I don't have to be the one to tell you. I don't. I can just show you better than I can tell you.
Hey, G, this shit hard. Fuck, nigga. Steve-O go crazy. She say she like my lingo, like the way I talk. She like a nigga style, the way I put it on. And she can tell a nigga pay, don't have to show it off. But she can tell by all these sticks that I'm a fucking boss. She love the way I smell, she love a nigga fragrant. She see the way I hustle, love the way I take risks. She peeping how I move, she see I taught her game. Uno the one she had a real, she can't fuck with mine. Before I sing off from the wrench, I had the wrench, that mean I'm dressing well. Barbies all around me with toy bodies like they from Mattel. For those who try to infiltrate, I feel sorry for you infidels. You used to be the shit, but took a dip like Caitlin's rookie year. These women that you chasing crave my presence, we are not the same. Heavy like I'm roll call. Hurry up, detectives, it's time to work.
Yo, yo, yo. How y'all feeling, man? I got to plug up my merchandise in here now. Plug it up. Got everything working now. Y'all, it is time to see who came to work, who clocked in, and who gonna have to be on desk duty. Let's see who turned in. Let's turn in, and turned up. It's my girl Muff in the building. Good morning, Muff. Good morning. She said, good morning, family. Look who is on time. That's my girl. She on time. Muffin said, hey, boy, you put me on desk duty, boy. You called me out in front of no folk. What? I had a manana. I'm not gonna be late no more. Hey, Mo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being you. And I definitely got to get with you. I crashed out yesterday. I had to get some rest. My body had shut down. Hey, Modesty said, "Good morning, beautiful people. It's Flash my ENT in the building." That's me saying, make sure you be interactive and do your thing. Hey, Modesty. Hey, Muffin. Hey, be in the building. Good morning, detective. Sank his feet in the building. Thank you for being here. Modesty said, "Welcome to the Ones Detective Agency." Be sure to smash the hello out of the like button as you come in and clock in for another wild case. Make sure you clock in because the money is, we get paid every Friday around here. You know what I'm saying? We had a little mix up in the beginning, but every Friday we get paid around here. I don't know what y'all be talking about, but we be getting paid, you know? Hey, hey, Uno, thank you. Hey, Mo. Hey, look, we just speaking, y'all. Hey, first male detective in the building this morning. That's that boy Fly High Peaks in the building. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all spin by and check out my boy Fly High. He got some good content. He putting his stuff together. Tap in with my boy. Hey, so like I said, extra great because it's the first day of school and that girl is out my house. Hey, I hope she have a great school year. Great school year to all the babies, man. Pray over your kids, man. Be active parents. Be on that homework. Get them babies to the practices and the extracurricular shit that they need to do, especially if your baby's up there in high school. Start thinking about college, SAT, ACT. Get your babies prepared for the world. Don't wait. Don't wait, y'all. Hey, my boy Rico said, hey, yo, great word for the day. Good morning, all. Good morning, bro. I appreciate you being here, man. I hope the day is amazing for you, man. Attack the day. Hey, morning, everyone. I'm on this ship today, but listening heavy. Hey, do your thing. You see your boy in here. Big Boski. Yeah, Highway Collection in the building. Uno, use that discount code. Hey, my boy in the building. What up, Dion? I appreciate you being here, bro. We got a case for your boy. Today gonna be a wild one. Today gonna be a wild one. Good morning, Sharisa. Good morning, love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Y'all, ain't nothing else I need to do, man. Welcome to work, detectives. Let's get into this case. Today's title of the case is My Security Blanket is Gone. Ooh. I got my Zara with me today. I'm old school. I ain't on the pen, but I got the pen. I was lying. I got my pen too. I'm old school today with it today, y'all. Y'all ready to do it? Hey, I gotta remind y'all tonight. Special edition, special broadcast day. It's a day of Uno. You gonna get me this morning? I'm gonna come and do a little night shift tonight. the Ones Detective Agency night shift for the night crew who want to join us. You feel me? I'm gonna do that by 6. At 6 o'clock. I'm gonna do it early. Cause at 9 o'clock, you feel me? You got Grown Folk Talk. And that's only going to be broadcast on Grown Folk Talk 912 on YouTube. That's me and the boy Boss Blake. We go and you can catch me talking some real stuff. You usually catch me being fun, being jovial, making you laugh, having a good time, busting down these cases. But on Grown Folk Talks, you get a chance to get me to hear how I think, to hear how I process my thought process about life and love, relationships, and everything that the Black experience as a man. So come check me out tonight, man. I really look forward to seeing y'all in the comments, vibing, debating back and forth. No disrespect. We just do have good conversations, and it is tough conversation. I definitely would like to see y'all tonight. But today you getting a lot of Uno today. We gonna get me this morning night shift. We gonna get the Ones Detective Agency night shift edition, and then y'all gonna catch me on Grown Folk Talk. Let's do it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome to work, detectives.
Here this morning, police are looking for a suspect,
the only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the Ones Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
The Ones Detective Agency, with your captain, Uno the One.
I love George.
I'm used to struggle. Me and George have struggled our entire marriage financially. I would never hurt or take anybody's life for no money.
And in those emails, she talks about yours and hers relationship and talks about how good you are sexually. But now says it's my husband that was hit. But you already knew that.
I did. When I made the call.
Thank you, Modesty. We know what we was finna do. We like a hug. She got to go.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him, now.
George Young was shot and killed. Prosecutors believe his wife and a friend were having an affair and killed him for his $1 million insurance policy.
You see your boy down went and did some internet and yeah, I found us something new. We got some more cases, y'all. Yeah.
On the night of November 16, 2017, tragedy.
Already, bruh. Already on that bullshit, bruh. Dion, bruh. Bruh, man from the fifth floor guilty too. Oh, so both of them. You want me to? My girl said she want cuffs on both of them.
Detective, put the cuffs on this one. At least until we figure it out later. Cuff him, now.
Hey, Dion said she already with the shits. Fee said, oh yeah, she did it, for sure. Told you, it was his open mouth for me. Oh yeah, she guilty. $1 million on the life insurance policy. When I heard that, I said, yeah, well, Mr. George, I took Mr. George out for that money on. Let's see.
Struck in the quiet neighborhood of Buford, Georgia, when
we in Buford. We in Buford. Yeah. They got money. They got a little paper.
George Young was brutally gunned down outside.
The high school just did a $72 million upgrade. That thing look like a university.
His home. Inside, his family slept peacefully, unaware of the horror unfolding just
Look at them
steps
babies.
away. Given George's high-profile career, the
Hey,
search
let's
for
go
his
big
killer
already.
was bound to be complex. Yet, those who knew him insisted he had no
Let me
enemies.
fire
But as
this
the
off, 'cause it
investigation
was finna be a
unfolded,
doozy.
one chilling truth emerged. George's greatest enemy was closer than anyone could have imagined.
I bet.
I just need to separate
You don't say. He laying with her ass. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, I was looking the mood there. Oh no, Buford, nice. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Don't get it twisted. Buford is where it's at. Good school, good jobs, but you just gotta have your shit together. You can't just come up there and say, yeah, you gotta have your ducks in a row. You will thrive in Buford, Modesty. You will definitely thrive in Buford. It's a good community. She didn't even have to offer him because he handsome too. Yeah, they don't care, man. You see what I'm saying? Let's get into it, bro.
Atlanta, Georgia, known for its vibrant culture and bustling urban scene, was home to 43-year-old George F. Young, who
43.
lived there with his wife, Tia Banks Young, and their 3 sons. George was often described as a family man.
Let somebody have that good man. George out here trying to make it do.
An incredibly present father despite his demanding career. He worked as a bodyguard and
incredibly present father, despite his busy career. Ooh, stand-up individual. My bro said, hey, it's probably a friend that put it in her head after he smashed. Straight up, D. She done got dick whipped and then took out her goddamn security blanket. She looked like she complained a lot. Buford is where the Mall of Georgia is. Yep. It's out that way. Good area. Nice
recently
area.
launched a
You see the Mall of
successful
Georgia out there.
celebrity-focused bodyguard business. As a result of his hard work, George was able to provide his wife and children with a comfortable life, settling them into a safe and upper-class neighborhood in nearby Buford, Georgia. On the night of November 16, 2017, George F. Young had just wrapped up a high-profile assignment, guarding rapper Lil Yachty at a clothing line launch in a bustling Atlanta mall. Exhausted after a long...
Shout out to Yachty, man. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Yachty is the leader of the youth. Y'all, we old heads. We don't really be listening to Yachty. But if you listen to Yachty, Yachty be spitting them bars. Cobb County, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Yachty the king, Cobb. Well, maybe K-Count. I don't know.
Day, he
But
arrived home at around 11:30 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's a real nice
eager to
area.
wind. But as he approached his front door and slid his key into the lock, the silence of the night was shattered by 2 deafening gunshots. At the time of the shooting, Tia's brother, Harvey Tim Lee, was staying at their home. Hearing the commotion, Harvey grabbed a shotgun.
Her brother done killed them. They done devised a scheme. To take Big George out when he least expected, because he a security guard, so you know he's scrapped. You know he's scrapped up. So her and her lame old brother he gonna take George out for the M.
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly little filthy ass dog. Boom, boom, boom.
And went to investigate. That was when he discovered George's lifeless body soaked in blood lying on the front porch. Panicked, Harvey ran upstairs to inform Tia, and they immediately called 911.
Look at Tia little ass, man. Tia got the little pixie cut. That cute though. I ain't gonna lie, Tia. That cute right though. You look, So Tia, you ain't no bad looking baby, man. You know what I'm saying? So you and your brother don't look nothing alike. Y'all must got separate daddies. Hell no, y'all don't look nothing at all alike. They probably would play like that. My brother, y'all was fucking. I'm tripping. That's everything.
911.
I'm
Harvey then
tripping.
rushed back downstairs to attempt CPR, with a neighbor joining in shortly afterward. Detectives quickly ruled out robbery as a motive, since George's wallet, cash, and other personal belongings were untouched. As they combed through the crime scene, the CSI team found a single shell casing, which raised more questions than answers since George had been shot twice. Detectives quickly spotted a CCTV camera aimed directly at the entrance, raising their hopes of capturing.
Hey, look, bro ain't. Bro. He said, "Oh my God." Mother said, "This is terrible." Mother said, "She ain't even have to do that. Why these skeezers get the good dudes?" That's what we saying. Why these niggas get the good women? You know, we be saying the same thing. Even with different daddies, it should be some resemblance. Yeah, I agree. I agree. They definitely don't look alike. Muff, that's what goes on. Meanwhile,
A critical lead, but those
damn,
hopes
boy.
were quickly dashed when they learned that the camera hadn't been recording at the time of the incident. To make
Damn,
matters
the
even
camera wasn't
stranger, George's family revealed that the camera had been out of operation for months, an odd detail for a man who made his living in security. Investigation. When the investigation began, theories and assumptions swirled in every direction. Some speculated it was a case of mistaken identity, while Tia, George's wife, suspected a gang-related crime. But here's the thing. This upper-class neighborhood had no history of violent incidents, let alone gang activity.
He was a really good guy. Everybody loved George. Everybody. Real friendly, likable personality. Will do
Tia cute.
anything for anybody.
Desperate for a breakthrough, they shifted their focus to George's everyday life. And that's when Tia provided a potentially useful tip. She said that George had mentioned being followed by a white SUV on 2 separate occasions, and one of those times the driver had even tried to run him off the road. Now, while the police pursued this lead, Detective David Smith noticed something unsettling about Tia's 911 call. The way she and her brother, Harvey Tim, had described events seemed inconsistent. Sensing that something was off, the detectives brought Tia and Harvey in for questioning. But what happened next only raised more questions. The interrogation. The detectives brought Tia and Tim in for questioning, expecting clarity, but were instead met with a startling revelation. Tim wasn't Tia's brother, but rather a family friend who had been staying with them. This was a red flag for the detectives, and they wondered if Tia had initially called him her brother in an attempt to
Did I say that? Did I say that? Did I say that? Bruh. Y'all know how when they, oh, that's just my brother. That's just my brother. That's just my brother. Y'all know how it is when they get to say, that's just my brother. He just my brother. Don't even do that. He just my brother. Don't act like that. What that used to mean? Tell the truth now. What that used to mean?
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, You a ugly, ugly, ugly dog. Boom, You a ugly little filthy ass dog.
Suspicion. The situation became even more complicated when Tia was accused of having an affair with Tim by George's family members. However, they didn't have.
I said it, but they said they ain't had no proof. I said this, bro. No, them folk did not even look like. Look, nah, bro. Look at those squid, man. You, boy, just for some meat. Just for some meat, shouted. Just for some meat, you X this man out. You just, them folks said this man was a good man, Savannah. Them folks said that man was an active father. He had his own business. He was bodyguard for Yachty and them. Bro was plugged in the city. He got you out there in Beaufort in the upper middle class neighborhood. You got 2, 3, 5 cars in the yard. She not even crying. I need them to practice the crime before they do anything. Who was it, Uno? I'm sorry. I bet Tia thicker than a snicker. On God, I know she thick up, boy. On God, she in prison thick up like fool. Hey, her brother, yeah, knew it. Finesse, I knew it. They was They was effing. That's your brother, all right. Yeah, yup. He would beat her back loose. That's what I'm talking about, buff. They were messing around, wanted to start a relationship and wanted the outdoors to start a new life with the insurance money. Oh my mama. That is absolutely fact. That's what that's why I don't have any brothers. Cause baby, they be doing everything with their brothers. Hey Nita, glad to see you, girl. We ain't see you in a few days. I hope everything is well. I hope everything is well. I hope husband is beautiful. I hope them baby is good. I hope life is treating you kind. But Nita,
Sergeant Hansy, I got another one of these late detectives that can help you write out tickets and organize the junk closet. Welcome to desk duty, detectives.
welcome, Nita. We gonna be
Have enough evidence to support their claims, and Tia dismissed it as baseless gossip aimed at tarnishing her family's reputation. Following the interviews, the detectives kept carrying out further investigation about George's death. Many months passed, and by April of 2018, armed with new evidence and a clearer understanding of George's murder, the detectives decided that it was time to bring Tia and Tim back in. This time, they were ready to confront them with the shocking truths that they had uncovered.
Let's go be.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
It's cold in this one.
It is.
So how have things been?
Stressful.
A lot of
stress.
I bet it was stressful.
A lot of financial issues.
We're struggling. We're making it with my mom's help. Tim helps and what I have for Social Security.
Okay. You said Tim's mom helps or your mom helps?
My mom.
Oh, okay.
My mom.
Okay.
I don't know. She look like a little goddamn on. When you get a look like this, I don't know. Maybe this is a bad camera. Maybe this is a bad camera. I don't know.
So
she was sleeping.
Like I said, the reason I brought you back in here today is I have follow-up questions. I kind of want to go over it again because that's just at the point that we're at now. That it's been a couple months. Sometimes bringing people back in and going over the story helps us find if there was something you didn't remember the first time. The thing is with it, the first time we talked and then you came up here and then we talked to you at the house, and I understand that there were some issues with that. It had gotten pretty confrontational, I guess, the way that some people had talked to you, right, at the house?
Yes, very.
Okay. One of the things is that when we bring people in over and over, obviously I know that because of the things we were going, because of the suspected relationship between you and him, because of all of those things, you were listed, as a suspect, but you knew that, right?
I found out, yeah.
Yeah,
D.
That's how I know. Hey, listen, y'all don't know. Dion, one of my OGs. This man, him, my cousin, they practically raised me. I love Didi. I was, how you used to try to hang with the bigger niggas. That was me. He would be out trying to hang with my big cousins too. And Dion, right beside that, I grew up with bro. Him and his brother Fred. Shout out to my boy. Man, they raised me. But look, same thing I said, bro. Like, nah, she look kind of funny now.
Where?
They sent me.
Oh,
they sent
okay.
a letter every night.
Okay. So because of that, like I said, I want to go over this with you again today and ask you this, but because we've already talked to you and talked to you and all that kind of stuff, and I just did the same thing with Tim in there. I have to talk to you. Is that I'm gonna have to read your
also
okay?
Tim
Tim
the fake brother,
anything like that. But to continue talking because it's the fourth time I've talked to you, I have to read it to you. Okay.
Damn, this is a full time.
You have the right to remain silent. So what I want to do today is just kind of walk back through what you can remember. Sometimes over time, people remember things that they didn't remember the first time. I'll help kind of jog your memories. We'll go with things that you told me. Maybe you'll tell me something you didn't remember the first time. Okay. So just starting out that night, I know that you said you had gone or you were in bed. Were you like in a deep sleep or were you just kind of sleeping or what was going on?
As far as I remember, I was in a deep sleep.
Okay. And then what happened?
I heard two loud noises. I wasn't sure if it was firecrackers or what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I sat up on my bed, looked around. My baby boy was still asleep. If I remember correct, I think I went to Tim's room, but he wasn't there. His light was on.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he was downstairs on the computer, on the laptop,
mm-hmm.
at the table. I don't think I went to my mom's room right away. I think I went downstairs to where he was.
God damn. That's a lot of people staying in that house. It's a lot of families in one.
And I think as I got almost down to the bottom step, he was coming up. Mm-hmm. He asked me, did I hear it? I said, yeah, I heard it. He said, it sounded like shots. I said, I'm not sure.
Let's get big, Muff. Muff said so she was screwing the big dick broke ninja who convinced her to offer her hubs for insurance money so they could live happily ever after. You big dummy. She a dog. She a dog, Muff. She a Muff said.
You're a dog.
Shots or firecrackers or what it was.
That's what I'm saying,
some people in our neighborhood that I knew.
They were too deep in there.
We do firecrackers for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. I think at that point he said he was going to go get his gun, go up to his room, go down and check, see. I remember him opening the door, shutting it pretty quick, telling me to call 911.
That's when he told you that it was that George was down there. Okay.
And I called 911. The lady goes through the whole thing. What's your emergency? And then I told her that my husband.
Absolutely. He provided a place for her mother to stay and her side nigga.
We heard gunshots and my brother opened the door and said that it was my husband. She needed to know. I think where the shots were is where she needed to know. And
all she could think was to take him out.
That's the first thing she asked. I told her I couldn't do it. I couldn't go down there.
Giving her the straight trick daddy treatment.
That can. I said my brother. So he looked, told me what he thought he saw. So I relayed it to her. And then she wanted.
He was providing. CPR. He provided and protected his way to the grave. It could be make that a safe assumption, right? He provided and protected for her little gargamel face. Look, she was in munging classes. Now, hold on now. Why is your broke side man staying with you and your husband? She was supposed to get bust down while he was away and tightened up once he came home. On my mama. She played the game wrong. She had it made. That coochie had to be good. And she just don't know the big weenie man is playing her too. And as soon as she get the money, he gonna get the money and leave her too. She's the real weakest link. She was winning. Husband and side nigga under the same roof. Facts, muff. She played the game wrong. Side nigga happy, husband providing for all of it. You happy, you getting stroked every which way, but loose your butt. Let's get back to the case.
I don't know CPR, first of all, and if I did, I don't think I'd have been able to.
Well, that's the second time we done heard that excuse. That's the second time we done heard that. I don't know CPR. Now, everybody who got children in their house should know how to do CPR.
I could have it on.
Yeah. If you don't, go take a class.
So she asked me, is there anybody that could? I asked him, could he do it? He said, yeah. At some point, I remember throwing my phone down so he could talk to the operator. And then at some point, I don't remember. At some point, I went and got my mom. She wasn't asleep. I thought she was. She was in the room with the TV up loud.
Okay. So you were sleeping, you heard these shots, you come down, Tim's sitting at the table. You ask him if he heard that. He's like, yeah, he heard that. Did he go check out the door first, or did he go get his gun first?
If I remember right, I thought he went upstairs to get his gun first, but I didn't actually watch him go in there and get it. Okay. I think I remember him going up the steps, heading to his room, but I can't swear to it.
Okay. And you were on the platform? Catwalk. Oh, you were upstairs on the catwalk thing?
Yeah, by the time he went down the
on the catwalk. So they got the catwalk is where you connect the in-law suites, ain't it? Ooh, balling. Ooh, Tia, bruh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. That coochie had to be good. It had to be amazing. shooting. Cause ain't no way I ain't finna notice my wife getting slaughtered under the roof of the. Ooh, they played that shit raw. And it shouldn't have been me getting killed. It should have been the side nigga. Once I found out that wasn't your brother, he would have been boxed up. Cause y'all played in my house, in my face, with my kids there. We seen them kids on that sofa, them cheering with them. Let's get back to the case. I told you it was gonna be a raw one.
Okay.
I told you it was gonna be raw this
he
morning.
goes outside and he opens the door. He sees it's George, and I know at some point he put his gun up. When did he do that?
I don't know. I don't know if it was after. I don't know if it was after emergency people got. I don't know. I really can't be honest. I don't know.
Lisa.
Sure.
Okay.
She's talking about now. Don't get me wrong. I see a lot of misunderstood big relationships now. Something about that. Okay, more good stuff and make you do dumb stuff you never thought you would do. Speak on it. Okay, Miles Moments. We see it clear as day. See, I can't agree with that. I ain't going off my good thing for no sorry. Hey, talk that talk. And the mommy was in on it. Yeah, mama knew. The husband probably didn't have the time to care. He was hanging with celebrities all day, traveling and meeting all types. He didn't want no smoke, and he probably had him a little doo-wop. Come on, we ain't finna fake the funk. That boy had paper. He in Atlanta. He round the stars. Yeah, he beating them. He beating the groupies down too. He with Yachty. He with the baby them. I lived that lifestyle for 5 years. We was on the road. Me and my brother. Yes, it's the life. Hey, the kids probably call him Uncle. See, that's a dirty game. It was good because Buddy taught her well. He never had it like that before. On God. She was learning the moves and putting on her husband, and he was in the hood.
He goes outside. At some point, he puts his gun up. He sees George, and he tells you it's George and whatnot. And then is that when he tells you to call 911, or did you ever go down to the door or no?
No, no. I never went to the door.
Okay.
I stood up at the top where you could see over the thing.
Okay.
All I could see was like his feet and legs on the door.
Okay. And when you went and woke your mom up, what did you tell her?
But she wasn't asleep. When I went,
or when you went?
Yeah, I just said something bad has happened to George. Mommy, something bad has happened to George. And of course, she sat straight up. What do you mean? Or what are you talking about? And I said, Mommy, George has been shot. And she said, no. I think she might have asked me first. Is it a car? Did he have a wreck or what? Because she knew he was working at night with Rob. Mm-hmm. And I said, no. And by then, I think I was breaking down. And I said, Mommy, George was shot. And she said, where is he? At the Lennox thing? I said, no, he's at the front door. And of course, I wasn't that calm, but she couldn't hardly digest it. So we walked out of the room. She stood with me on the little balcony thing, and I'm telling her, I'm walking her basically through what I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. She stayed fairly calm. I think she was in shock, just like I was. But she could see Tim down there. Like I said, you can see George's legs and feet from that angle, but that's all you could see. Okay. We could tell Tim was on his knees. I don't know. I don't know. I think.
See, that's that old player shit right there, Muff, though. Muff said, yeah, old boy had a hole, but he took care of home. He wouldn't just make an old girl walk sideways when he was done. On mama. You know what I'm saying? He was taking care of the crib old. And that was the code back in the day before they were called side pieces, when they were called mistresses, when y'all was a mystery. But we ain't gonna get into that. Fuck with me at Grown Folk Talk. Tonight at 9 o'clock if you want to get into that talk. Back to the case.
We just both just stood there in shock.
Yeah.
I think she was standing next to me whenever I threw my phone down. I think,
like
I can't remember. I know at one point I had to throw my phone down for 911 to talk to him about CPR.
Do you ever remember him leaving the area right there with George to go anywhere else out in the yard or anything like that?
Not that I remember, but I do know at one point I did go pee in my bathroom.
Okay.
So, but where that fell into it, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right. Have you talked to Will?
On God, Fee. And she didn't go down to check on her husband, but stood at the top after her husband was shot. She a dog. Yeah. With her funky butt. Bet she smell musty. How long after was this interview? Because she hasn't cried once. They said this was her fourth interview a few months after, bruh. I'm still toe up. My husband got murdered on the doorway, and I got these babies. Yeah.
Are any of those people from Ackerman since?
The The last time I talked to Willie was it the day of the funeral? I think the day of the funeral. I haven't talked to anybody.
All right.
I was a little disappointed. They
Yeah.
didn't reach out hardly at all.
Okay. I remember they said something about a donation or a fund or something like that. We had talked when we first talked. Did they ever do anything about
They
that?
never did do one.
Okay.
They didn't. They may have sent a flower, but I never even saw a flower.
Okay.
I saw some things from Salvation Army, which you did a lot of work for. Macy's with Rob sent flowers. Ackerman, to my knowledge, the only thing they did was 150 obituaries, and we paid for another 100.
Okay.
But they contributed 100. I think it was 150.
Okay.
Tia's story quickly began to unravel. In her initial testimony, she claimed to have called 911 thinking that the gunshots were just firecrackers because her neighbors.
She definitely a dog, because, baby, that's my money laying down there, and I'm about to be alone trying to make it. She a dog. She definitely lying. She wasn't worried. She got that million Big Dick Willie. Muffin!
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly, ugly, ugly dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly little filthy ass dog. Boom, boom, boom.
Off almost every day, but this raised a question. If she was really used to it, what made this time different enough to put the household on high alert, grab a gun, and make a 911 call? It seemed unlikely, unless he already knew for a fact that those sounds weren't firecrackers.
So, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, obviously, is I talked to Tim, and one of the things that, I'll just be honest with you in the beginning, issues with him is, we had talked to you and you had told us what you had told us, and there was, I won't say there was much to that, but
Nah. Keep that thing. We turned up today, Mo.
There was a lot more confrontation.
Yeah, hump day. We turned up on hump day, Mo. Let's do it.
Came up there because of that whole tracker thing, which you said you didn't know.
Yeah, George came to me about it, but like I said, I never knew it was actually purchased and the whole night.
Okay, so did you know the night that happened before whatever was going on with you and Tim that he had gone and retrieved that off the car?
No, not until you told me.
Okay.
I think it was in my house here on the 18th.
But what do you think about that? I mean, why
well,
would
when
he...
you said it, I was floored because, like I said, first of all, I didn't even realize the tracker was ever purchased. Mm-hmm. And then when you told me that a neighbor or somebody saw him take it off, I found it really strange, and I even asked him about it later.
And what did he
I
say?
didn't ask him about it that night. He said with what George had going on or whatever about, remember I told you the guy who came down? He said he just didn't want, I guess, George, I think he said he just didn't want George being exposed in a bad light or something like that.
Was arrested for murder?
Ben, will you just...
Did he do it?
Oh, I can't imagine that he did. He is such a gentle, kind, intelligent person.
Oh, he sounds like some kind of nice guy.
He is. He's Arthur Saxon.
From the radio?
Yes. Oh, you'll like him, Ben. He's smart and he's clever.
He's a genuine, true jackass.
Like that. But I haven't asked him anything about it since.
Did you feel like that was, and I just want your opinion on it because I'll tell you how it looks to us. Do you think that was weird that in the moment that his friend is laying out on the front porch bleeding out, his first thought is to go to the car and pull that off instead of rendering aid to George?
Yeah, I found that weird. And that was before he did CPR?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I found that strange.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously I do. That's why I want to know. Yeah. We asked him, and he admitted that he went and did it, and he didn't have a good answer. He didn't really have an answer as to why. He said he didn't want you to find it or the family to find it, and they would know. But I said it's under the car. Who's going to look under the car? That's weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let me just ask you: do you think that have you ever felt that he may have been involved in this in any way?
I don't. I mean, I know that part of it doesn't add up at all. But I personally, the only reason I don't, well, not the only reason, but I just never seen any beef between the two of them. At the house, I've never heard George, and me and George had a really good relationship as far as he would tell me about stuff that went on, or he got into it with somebody at Ackerman, or whatever. But he never mentioned to me ever that they had a beef, disagreement. Like I said,
Yeah, they should. He do got beef. It's between your legs. The roast beef that they share. I'm sorry, y'all.
even Tim had went to him several times about, I can go ahead and leave now. You gave me 6 months. You told me I had 6 months. George came to me. You want him to go? Are you cool with it? I mean, it's a help to us because he's paying rent. And then at the end of the year, he came to George again. Do you want me to go? And George came to me and was like, what do you think? Because I'm cool with him being here. I go out of town so much. I feel better with him. So it's like George never.
George go out of town so much. So George was providing. George was providing a stable home, and she was just getting her back beat out by Tim. Hey man, let's not play, bro. She had it made. Don't get in here and get all sanctified on me. Why? Yes, put it why in the comment, thumbs up, whatever in the comment. Yeah, she had that life. She had then that was paying her way, and she was getting beat down by what she liked. Or no, she was married. She violated. It was. Let me know. Yes or no. Let me know.
Let on that ever that he had a beef or was threatened or scared of him, or I just never witnessed anything. And the kids haven't, and as far as I know, my mom has it. So I just that part doesn't make sense.
Do you think he was jealous over the position that he wasn't making as much money?
Squared out, bro. She is nasty. She a nasty whore.
I don't think it was that because he was making good. Like George started, I think at 23 an hour. I think it was 23, and his first raise was up to like 26. So I don't think it was that. And I know there's been several times George couldn't make payroll, and he had to go to David and Tim and can I give you half or 1,000 and I pay you the rest. And they've always said yes every time. Never know. He's never come back and told me, oh my God, Tim is hot or David is pissed. And then he's borrowed money from Tim before. And Tim told him, pay me back when you can. He's fixed my car several times because George didn't have the money, neither did I. And he just told George,
and you paid with pussy.
Pay me when you can. It's fine. And to my knowledge, George has paid him.
I'm watching the thing.
Okay. Now I know this last time, I think the last time I got it fixed was in October. That was a transmission. I think it was like over 2,000, 2,300.
Oh God!
I don't think we finished that off yet. I think we gave him maybe 1,300. But George was in the process between the two of us paying that.
Okay.
But that's the only part I don't know. If I had something to go on, something I've seen, it's just nothing.
Okay.
The Young's neighbor informed the police that immediately after hearing the gunshots that night, he looked out his window and he saw someone who he believed to be Tim running from the house to George's SUV parked in the driveway. The neighbor claimed that he watched as Tim removed something from the vehicle and then ran back inside. When confronted, Tim explained that George had asked him to place a tracker on the car in case something ever happened to him. But then things took a bizarre turn when Tim was asked why his first instinct as George lay dying was to remove the tracker. He claimed that it was to protect George's reputation, alleging that George had been involved in trading guns between Florida and South Carolina, and that a man named Carlos had recently come to their home and told Tia that George owed him money. But when the detectives asked Tia about this, she knew nothing about it and was unable to support Tim's story.
George's job, and you guys were sent to be together, and that was the whole.
George just got to be green bean.
That's a lie. That's
George got to be a green bean. He in Buford with money around the stars, around the bad women now, the bad ladies. He around here. He in the city. Atlanta has some very, 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 very attractive ladies from 40s and up, 40s and the 50s. They got some bad 50-year-olds. Hell yeah, 50 and 55 and 60. Bro, George had money on. He was straight. Man, if he had to borrow a couple dollars from his partner, shit, everybody had to do that a couple times before when they like. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, everybody was smooth. So she ain't no 8, 9, or 10 for real. So she had to be She had that fire, and that throat had to be amazing. Or George just a green bean. Back to the case.
So I want to hear from you the truth and what was really going on, because if that's what he's telling me, you already know he's involved. You see how that makes it look?
Yeah, but that's bull. I can tell you that's bull.
Okay, well, tell me.
I don't. First of all, like I said, I don't know that he's involved. I don't know anything about what happened that night. Nothing. Well, listen, I didn't even know the policy was any good until me and Rob called a couple days later.
On God.
Okay.
So.
On God, bro.
First of all, I'm used to struggling. Me and George have struggled our entire marriage financially. I would never hurt or take anybody's life for no money. And like I said, first of all, I know at one point George had $1 million one, a 450, and then I had a 250 on me. I knew he had at some point dropped mine. I didn't know he dropped the 450 until me and Rob started our calls and found out one was no good and the other one was. But him taking over the business, I know nothing about that. Okay. That was never a discussion we had.
One of the things that Ivy said was you told her that there was $1 million policy way earlier last year.
Who?
Ivy.
Me and Ivy have never discussed an insurance policy, never. Now, George told me at some point that Ivy knew about it. Him and Ivy were very close, and she used to work for George remotely from Myrtle Beach. She could log on and do work for him. So at one point, I don't know, I think it was a couple of years ago, he said that an email that I guess the insurance company sent him, Ivy saw it, or I don't know, she could access I think she could access his massive email. And so he told me, he said, now Ivy knows about the insurance, policies that we have, but me and Ivy would have always been close.
I guess, obviously the concern is, I'm telling you, the thing with him is he got the tracker, he got it. He had tried to put some.
Why y'all got the track on the man vehicle?
And he said, George.
Why y'all got the track on the man vehicle? Y'all were trying to hit him before he got to the house. Y'all so slow. Y'all waited till he got to the house to go ahead and execute the plan. Y'all ducks.
George knew about those. I know for a fact George didn't know because I have his text messages where he explained to George that it was Zena.
She ain't waste no time to call and see what the policies were on my mama.
Because I could tell
she wanted that money on.
So he was trying to find ways to track George, and George didn't know it.
Not only did he have $1 million, he had a 450 and a 250. If one of them wasn't good, the other one was. I couldn't make out which one she said was good, and then the meal, but she was straight.
Which is why I have a hard time believing about him knowing that the tracker was going to be on the car, because he didn't know about the other stuff on the phone.
Yeah, she knew what it was worth.
Explain to him Zena didn't explain it away. If he knew that's what you were trying to do, you would just tell him, this is what I'm doing. Because when he downloaded those apps, it sends a notification to the person you're trying to track. So George was like, why am I getting this notification? You're trying to track my phone. And he said, oh, well, Zena's been trying to track me, which is not true.
Okay. Yeah, this is new to me.
Also, he was looking at that
app like
for the tracker, which in his words is only supposed to be in case something was going to happen to him, to find the truck, not him, which is weird that you're only worried about the car.
Welcome in.
Yeah, he was looking at it from the day
y'all
that he
can say so. Y'all don't want to be on camera
every single night. And he was looking at it the night before George came home.
Yo, Death Duty is just a fun little thing to recognize you. It ain't nothing bad. Y'all don't have to come in and be like, I can see everybody that come in. I can see. I ain't gonna put y'all on the spot. Y'all funny. I love y'all, man.
You saw the night of the 16th? So, okay. So the tracker sends a message to his phone? I mean, I'm confused.
Okay. So a couple of days prior to the murder, earlier in the month of November, he tried to download these apps on your phone, just like an iPhone app or a Samsung Android. I'm not sure that one works, where you can track somebody's phone. Well, when you do that, you're not allowed to do that without their permission. So when you put in that person's number that you want to track, it sends them a notification. I have it on George's phone where he got the notification and then asked, Tim, why am I getting this? And he said, oh, Zena's trying to track me because of stuff going on with her. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry about it. But I know for a fact he signed up for it because it came to his email through his phone number that he signed up for it. He has to download the app on the phone. So you see what I'm saying? So George didn't know he was trying to track him. Otherwise, he would have been like, hey, I'm tracking.
What up, Sean? What up, big dog? Yeah. My boy Sean in the building. Y'all say, hey, detective say, hey, Sean. Sean say he bought donuts. Hey, man. Come on over here, man. Death Duty still lit. You know Death Duty stay lit, bro. You know Death Duty stay lit. We got a couple over here with us already. Come on.
Sergeant Hansy, I got another one of these late detectives that can help you write out tickets and organize the junk closet. Welcome to Desk Duty, detectives.
Because we talked about
Welcome
this
in,
before,
detective.
remember?
Oh, okay. I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then he got that actual tracker and was using it, the one he put on the car.
Okay.
He was looking at that one on his phone.
Okay.
We have the app, and I can show every time he opened it, every single night from the night that he bought it up until the night of the murder. And he was looking at it the night of the murder before George got home. So he knew when George was going to be home because he was watching him on the map.
Okay, so
Girl, don't get to acting like you concerned, girl. Stop it. Cut it out. She talking about so nah, Tia. Nah.
so did
And before
so
that,
did somebody
he
had somebody do it? I'm lost.
that's what I'm asking you.
Hell, I don't know. I have no idea.
Before that, he was researching all kinds of poisonous things online. He researched black mamba venom, which is the most venomous snake in the world. You cannot buy the venom online like he was trying to over 27 times. That's how many times he looked it up to try to find. He tried to find the venom, then he tried to find breeders where he could buy the snakes himself. You see how that looks? And then a week later, you buy a tracker to put on his car, and then I know that you're...
This man and this woman was looking for black mamba snake venom. The most deadliest snake venom in the world. What in the hell did I do so bad for you to make me want to make your side dude want to kill me with some snake venom? With some snake venom when I'm providing a roof for you and your side nigga to be very, very happy.
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, You a ugly, ugly, ugly dog. Boom, You a ugly little filthy ass dog.
At the night of the murder, and the first thing you did instead of helping your friend was run out to the car and take the tracker off. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? In front of a jury, when you look at that and say, what would a reasonable person do? No reasonable person would jump over a dead body or somebody who's dying to go pull something off a car. That would be the last of their worries.
Right.
While Tia claimed to have no knowledge of George still holding a life insurance policy, her actions suggested otherwise. It was revealed that George had a $1 million life insurance plan, with Tia listed as the sole beneficiary. To make matters...
Ooh. Fee says, hey, they wasn't on their A game, just dummies. That's why when George got off, that's why Tim ran to the car to get the tracker while George died on the front porch, shaking my head, dummies. Sean said, what up, Sharisa? Muff says, what's crazy is that they don't know that their searches can be traced. People got to learn that Big Brother is always watching. Oh, I'm extra angry, says Modesty, because you can tell she's short, had a nice looking tall gentleman that took care of home and tapped into the hood. She sure won. Glad she lost it too. Hey, Tam, y'all, it's Detective Tam. She in the building. Hey, boo, what you doing? Y'all say good morning, good morning. We just in here in the case that a lady had her side man and her husband was staying under the same roof she had it. He was a security guard for the stars, like Lil Yachty, baby them in the city. She stayed out in Buford, and you know what I'm saying, by the Mall of Georgia. Had about 4-5 cars in the garage. And they had found a note. Her husband had came home from off the road. I'm just explaining the town. Came home from off the road. She got shot. He got shot. Boom. And they went in his pocket and they pulled out the note. And they looked when they opened the note said,
Sergeant Hansy, I got another one of these late detectives that can help you write out tickets and organize the junk closet. Welcome to Desk Duty, detectives.
Matters even more suspicious, Tia wasted no time after George's
Hey,
death,
Sam.
and she immediately contacted the insurance company to begin processing the payout. Not exactly something that an innocent and recently widowed grieving wife would immediately do.
So that's my question to you. Now, the problem is that now he's bringing you into it.
I have nothing to do with it and know nothing about it. That's what I'm
She
saying.
said she ain't know nothing about
So
it.
you called the insurance the very next day, right?
The next day or 2 days later, I can't
Yeah.
remember.
So it was the next day. And you see how that looks though?
But my mom could tell you if you talk to her.
She called the insurance agency the next day. The next day, you ain't even put that boy in the box yet. You ain't pick out his casket yet. You ain't pick out his casket yet. And you call the insurance agency and you say, how much my husband policy is, Mr. Insurance Man? How much he got the policy for? Let me know. You a dog.
Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly dog. Boom, 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 boom. You a ugly little dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly, ugly, ugly dog. Boom, boom, boom. You a ugly little filthy ass dog. Boom, boom, boom.
Next morning, she said, Tia, you need to, do you have insurance? How are you going to do a funeral or anything? And I said, Mommy, and she could tell you if you call her right now before I can even reach her. I said, Mama,
Nobody
I
ain't
can't
getting
do
your
it.
mama to vouch for
I'll
you.
worry about that later. I said, I'm overwhelmed with what
Nobody
just
ain't your mama
happened.
to vouch for you, girl.
And so she kept saying that. And matter of fact, it was her, and I'm not sure, it might have been even after George's mom and
Why
his
did your
sister.
mother call
I get it
the
done.
insurance that soon though, the very next day?
That's what I'm saying. My mom is the one that kept telling me I needed to call.
Okay.
Don't you
She
put
kept
Miss
just
Rutha Lee in here. Do not put Miss Rutha Lee in here, girl. Stand on your own now. Mom said, hey, Town. Fee laughing. I had to give her that desk duty. Town said she know you heard this from Town. Yeah, it's in the city. It's in the in the metro Atlanta. Bro, this is an easy case. They ain't shit from the wife to the mama. For real, bro. For real. Girl, you was a lie. You knew everything. She called the next day. Yes, because she had to sign as the beneficiary. Or at least provide her social security number. Why do people always want to bring their mama in it? We know your mama gonna lie for you straight up. We know Miss Rutha Lee finna tell a lie.
She knew I didn't have a job. She said, how are you going to do a funeral if you don't know if he has a policy? And I said, Mama, I'll get to that in a couple of days.
Oh, that helper say she ain't have a job. I done hit the wrong button. She done pissed me off. That helper say she ain't have a job. She say I ain't have a job. So you kid. You killed 100% nigga. You killed a nigga that pay all the bills and you got your side nigga in the house. And you killed him. I just want to take a commercial break, man, because I'm baffled. Flash Mob ENT, place to be every night.
Welcome to the Flash Mob TV lineup. Starting with the #1 morning show, The One's Detective Agency. And the new video reaction show starring Tay White in Another One, You're Messing With It. Join us on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Bossman Blake and Uno the One as they host Grown Folk Talk. And the wildest show on the internet, Uno Does the Internet, goes live every night Thursday at 9:05. And Fridays belong to Bandcamp. Join host Modest Moments as she give you a journey into Bandcamp at 6. And on Saturdays, The One's Detective Agency presents Street Beat, the Overtime Hours. Come get you some overtime Saturday, 9:05. It's a host of things here on Flash Mob Entertainment. Don't miss.
That he died on Thursday. This was like Friday when I had several people, like friends, asking me, do you have insurance? Do we need to take out something for funeral? And I said, my mom keeps bugging me, but I haven't called yet. So then even Rob, when I talked to Rob said, do you know if Cuz had insurance? And I said, I don't know. Mommy keeps bugging me about calling. So that's when Rob said, well, let me look for the policy with you. We'll call together before I leave. So that wasn't my first reaction. Like I said, you can call my mom right now and she would tell you.
Nobody called him, Miss Mutali.
That I needed to call because she was worried about funeral expenses. She knows she only gets $1,300 a month. She knows I didn't have a job. So her big thing was, what are we going to do about a funeral with no money?
He taking care of all y'all. Forgot your damn mama in there. You ain't got a job. Ma ain't got a job. Your side nigga ain't got a job. Y'all just laying up and you kill him. You are a fool.
But after I called, they said it was. She said it was effective.
You're gonna
She
need
said, I'm gonna
oohs and
email you,
loos, zooms, wham whams,
I
the
need to fill
whole
out. You can ask the
shebang.
lady. She emailed them, I think, to me on Friday. I didn't even print them off, I don't think, till like Saturday or Sunday. Mommy kept asking me, have you filled the things out? Have you printed them? If you even call the insurance company, I don't think I sent them the stuff till next week or a week and a half later.
A turtle face
Because I wasn't in a rush because it's like I was too overwhelmed with everything that was going on.
Yeah,
But
the plan that you.
yes, I made maybe 3 calls, I think, to Mutual of Omaha since then. I stopped calling. They told me about, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 weeks ago, Miss Young, whenever you're cleared or whatever, we will call, send an email, and mail you something in the mail. You know, you don't have to keep calling. I haven't called them since, and it's probably been close to 3 months. So it's not like, I mean, I don't keep, I just write it out.
So this a few months. So you done been living off them other insurance policies. I think I think Dion said that earlier. I wonder how long this was since the this interview because she wasn't crying. So this done been some months, bro. At least 3-4 months. So she still should be having some type of reaction.
My head, and I've told numerous people who have said, you know, did you get your life insurance? A lot of people don't know how much it is. But have you gotten your life insurance? I said no. You know, it's still an investigation. I told them I haven't even called.
That wasn't the only unsettling thing about Tia's behavior following George's murder. George's friend, Rob, informed the police that Tia acted strangely when he visited her right after the incident. She had shockingly mentioned wanting to send her kids to school the very next day, despite the fact that crime scene tape was still draped around their home. By the way, if you're finding the video interesting so far, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really supports the channel. Now, let's dive back in.
So, what do you say about the whole him saying you and him have been in a relationship? I know I just asked you that, but why would he just come up with that to say that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. Yes, we were close. Like I said, very, very close. And since George has died, we've come a little closer, but I think it's more so because he has, my boys really look up to him. Because my kids, we don't have any family. They don't have any uncles. George has one brother that they met for the first time when George died. So they don't have any male figures, so they really look up to him. So now they call him Uncle Tim. My middle son even said to me, and I think I had a text message on my phone a few weeks ago, that he kind of looks up to Tim almost like a dad figure because we don't have any men in our life. You know?
In his phone, he had you saved in his phone as Big Sis. You knew about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is your phone from your phone. Why is he saved under Sonia under your phone, both of his phones?
That's just what I put in. His older sister name is Sonia.
Well, why would you do that though? Unless that looks like you're trying to cover up him being in your phone, like you didn't want George or somebody.
Oh no, there's quite a few people in my phone that I don't have under the actual name.
Okay. So one of the things that like I told him is that when we took his phones, we could get everything that was done. Okay. So obviously, I was able to retrieve everything that was off of his phone. Okay. And so I have all of these emails that you sent him talking about yours and his sexual relationship. You remember those?
Yes.
Okay. So this is where we're at, Tia. Okay. I want you to listen to me. I know what's been going on. I know Tim's involvement. I also know there's a lot more that's been going on here. Okay. What I want from you now is to understand all of this, because what it looks like is you're this hateful, horrible spouse that connived with your live-in boyfriend to kill your husband for money. If that's how it is, then that's fine. You can tell me that. But if that's not what happened, then this is your only chance to tell me what was really going on.
That's not what happened.
Then tell me this is your only chance to tell me what's really going on, because everything else looks really bad. And I'm telling you right now, if you put all of this in front of a jury without your explanation of it, that's exactly what they're gonna think.
I did not have anything to do with George's death.
Okay.
And definitely nothing dealing with him wanting him dead for money. Nothing at all.
Okay. So you're willing to let all of that stand in front of a jury?
Yes, as far as having anything to do with his death, yes, I am. I am. Because I know I had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Okay, but you've been having a relationship with Tim. What has he said to you?
He hasn't never said anything about wanting to hurt George ever or taking over the business. That's why I'm sitting here like, this is new to me. He's never said he wanted to take over Metro Atlanta security. Mm-hmm. He's never told me he wanted George dead. He never said he was going to try to hurt George. Mm-hmm. Never. Not once.
All right. So George got home at 11:23, okay? And he had just gotten off the phone. And when he got off the phone, he came inside, or came to open the door. And that's when people remember hearing the shots around that same time, too, okay? Mm-hmm. The 911 call was not placed till 10 minutes later when you guys called. Now, in that time, I've gone over the story with you multiple times, and you've told me that he opened the door, he saw it was George and all of that. So I can tell you that when I go back and listen to the 911 call, mm-hmm. that it is absolutely 100% completely staged.
It was a fly. Yeah, I was fighting. Yeah. That was my school. My fault. That was my school. That's my school. You feel me? Because I told y'all I'm in film school. And yeah, my camera and all my equipment is arriving. So I had to do some confirmation. So yeah, I'm in my journey. I just don't be putting it up, but school be kicking my butt too. And I be coming to bring out this great entertainment. Let's see. Let me see. Let me go back. So why you not overwhelmed now? Not one tear. I will still be crying over my husband and his Social Security. Why other people asking you about a life insurance policy though? I bet y'all closer. Sonya, what this girl here? Oh, she changed his name in the phone, dummy. He didn't cause you did. He had everything to do with it. What's Big Dick Willie real name? I think it's Tim, It's Tim.
The things you told this, you had already done and already said.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't, and I wasn't.
Why not?
Because he told me to call 911, and that's exactly what I did. And everything the lady asked me. And then
while you're on the phone with her, he says, "Oh, there's somebody got shot." And then he says, "Oh, can you send an ambulance? My brother now says it's my husband that was hit." But you already knew that.
I did. When I made the call.
I think you better.
When he told me to call 911, the lady asked me. I said, I heard some shots.
Tia froze the moment that she was confronted with evidence exposing a glaring hole in her story. The detectives observed her pause.
I got a question for Tia, though. For real.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
Snake. Snakes. No, snake.
No, we're not doing that with the next generation. You gotta sing it right, man.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Snake, no snake. I'm gone.
Attempt to scramble for an excuse to cover her tracks.
I said I heard some shots. Mm-hmm. She asked me, I believe she asked me, I don't know, I think she might have asked me, did I know who it is or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think now's the time for you to answer that.
What I'm saying is, when I called, it was not staged. I called, as soon as I heard the shots, went and found Tim. Well, what I thought at first was firecrackers. I wasn't sure what it was. Okay. And went and found Tim, and he checked and told me whatever.
She just said, when I called and said it was gunshots, then she just said, when I called and said it was firecrackers, I didn't know what it was. See? Yo, fast talking, and they ain't doing nothing. You had no job. Your mama ain't have a job. Your side ain't have a job. You getting piped every which way but loose. Your man was sending that money home, bringing that money in home, borrowing from your side nigga to make sure you in them straight.
Sound time frame was to call 911. That's what I did.
Okay.
I did not stage the
Well,
conversation or
Tim, when
any
you
of that.
paused,
And that wasn't the
that's the
only
sound.
suspicious thing that Tia did.
Oh,
On
the
November
chain gang.
17th, the day after George's
I
murder,
like to
while
talk
she
to
wasn't
Johnny
home,
Cochran
Tia
now.
contacted a friend with an
Straight up.
unusual request. She asked her to locate and retrieve the cell phones belonging to her and Tim. The friend found this highly suspicious and refused to comply. Later, Tia apologized for the odd request, explaining that one of Tim's texts might make him appear violent. But why would she care? Her husband had just been murdered.
Hey, I looked into it. You gave me a totally different story than he did. You said it was some Cuban guy named Carlos. He said it was Terrence Bannerman, the pudding guy that you
Who? A Cuban guy named Carlos.
grew up with. I found Terrence. I know that stuff's not true.
The Carlos guy is
but
true.
why would you tell me Carlos and he brings up some guy? Those are not even related at all.
I have no idea. The only thing I can tell you is about the Hispanic looking guy that came to the house looking for him. And when I didn't call George right away, I didn't even text him. I waited till he got home that night and I told him about the guy coming by.
Mm-hmm.
George's eyes got real big. He looked at me and I asked him, what in the world is this about? Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's somebody I got some financial help from.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. And then I said, George, you need to tell me because this guy said he means business. Is this something are you into something that would jeopardize us? What's going on? And he just said something to the fact, he said, I'm just running weapons or delivering weapons or something like that. He said, but you don't need to worry
about it. And so
about
then every time after that, when I asked you, is there any reason anybody would want to hurt him? You never mentioned it until we brought it up to you.
Yeah, that night when he was killed, I didn't think of it.
Why would you not think about somebody coming to your house, asking for money, looking for your husband, talking about where?
Carlo came to your house, told him he ain't playing, asking for money about your hood. You ain't.
But it was 2 or 3 months before that. I didn't think of it at all.
Okay. How come that most of the messages and phone calls from you and Tim are deleted in your phone, but they're all in his?
What you talking about? The phones you have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would delete them. I would periodically delete them.
Okay.
There's even another coworker that I talked to that I would delete the calls from.
Tia had made an unusual request during her 911 call, asking the dispatcher to instruct the police not to turn on their sirens. For this reasoning, she didn't want to wake her sons.
Begged when I called 911, I begged them not to turn the sirens on because I didn't want my kids to see him like that.
Her sons were fast asleep, all right, but the depth of their sleep struck the detectives as oddly unusual, especially given all the commotion outside.
She done gave them babies melatonin. She done gave them babies melatonin.
We were in and out of their rooms doing searches. We were talking to everyone, the medical examiner, the fire trucks, ambulances, police, CSI taking pictures, neighbors coming outside. Everyone woke up but the kids.
Didn't take long for the detectives to uncover that Tia had given her son sleeping pills
Because
the
I
night
thought
of
she was a
George's
stay-at-home
murder.
mom.
But
That's
Tia
what I'm
claimed that
saying.
she often gave her second son sleeping pills due to his trouble sleeping and explained that she had done so that week. However, Tia's son exposed her when he unknowingly contradicted her, stating that he hadn't taken any sleeping pills for months until the night of his father's death. Detectives even suspected that Tia hadn't just given sleeping pills to one child, but to all of her kids that night.
You gave your middle son to Unisom, correct?
Yeah, but I give him, he gets that a couple times.
Yeah, well, he had.
This heifer here,
When we
boy.
spoke to him, he said he hadn't gotten it in a long time, and that was the very first night he'd gotten it in a long time.
Talking about she stay at home, mama, with a co-worker.
A couple weeks, I guess.
You see what I'm saying, though? That night, the night that he normally goes out in the middle of the night between 9 and midnight is the night your husband comes home at 11 p.m. and gets killed. It makes it look like you gave it to him so that he wouldn't wake up during that time period. And it's also weird that we're there, the ambulance comes, the police come, we walked in their rooms and went everywhere, and none of them woke up in any of that.
But I asked. Me and my mom both asked everybody that came in the house. My mom, she was the first one that started asking, please be quiet.
Mama in this.
My daughter doesn't want the kids to wake up.
I know, but the ambulance and everybody coming in and out, and none of them ever woke up. That's the first night he got that pill. You see what I mean?
It's not the first time he had it. That's what I'm saying.
In a while.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I don't give it to the oldest one, and I don't give it to the baby. And to make this out like I'm doing it for money, or it's done for money.
I'm telling you that's what it looks like, and that's what he's telling me.
Well, that's some bull.
Her mother and her side piece is the co-worker.
Yes,
yeah.
And I apologize for lying. I am very embarrassed about this. I really
lying.
am.
You apologize.
I am.
And you
I
guys
was
are
wrong
still
for
in a
lying.
relationship now.
Yes, to be honest, yes. I'm just going to be honest.
Well,
yes.
that's what I want. Because listen, Tia, I'm telling you this is how it looks, and I keep telling you this. He's going to try to take you down with him, and I'm telling you when he...
She just admitted that her and Tim in a relationship right now. Damn, T, you didn't play that out right. At least give your kids his prescribed medicine for a couple days before. Duh. She goofed out. Dick done got her going dumb. Yeah, man, she's a goof,
He
man.
gets
She's
up
a
there
dog for
and he
real.
starts talking about everything and what you did, and you don't have anything to counter it, and you don't have a way to
Put that
say no,
smart
that's
water down.
BS
You ain't
because
smart.
this is actually what happened, or this is what he told me, or that's right there is going to be a huge issue. You see what I'm saying? Are you ready to go to jail today for this?
No, because I know I'm guilty of this,
Then
and
tell
this is
me.
wrong.
Then tell
This
me.
is wrong.
There's no way he's been living under your roof and you've been in a relationship and you don't know that something was happening.
As far
All
as
of this
you talking
stuff.
about hurting Georgia having
Yes.
a sexual, no, that part I don't.
Tia,
That
there's
part
just
I
no
don't.
way.
That part I don't. The sex part, the affair, I'm very, very embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how embarrassed I am. I really am. I'm sorry that I
So
never
much
told
that you
you.
continued it past your husband dying?
The first 2 months we did. It started back up around the 1st of March. The first couple of months we didn't. We called it up. We just stopped because I'm going to tell you the truth. I was afraid that my boys would end up picking up on something is wrong or catching us kissing or something. So we both said the boys have been through enough and I didn't want to chance them seeing anything inappropriate to send them off.
Girl,
Because
you
I'm sure it
ain't
would hurt
nothing,
them
girl.
deeply that I'm talking to Tim and Daddy's just not too long ago died. So I think it might have been like the middle of February or 1st of March when we kind of gotten talk, kind of get romantic again. But up until then, no.
Okay.
This couldn't have been further from the truth. Shortly after George's death, his
Nice
sister,
ass
Ivy,
out.
traveled down from South Carolina to console Tia over the loss of her husband. But instead of finding a grieving widow, Ivy
She
was
looked like
met with
George.
something deeply unsettling. She witnessed Tia and Tim cozied up in ways that were anything but appropriate for a time of mourning. According to Ivy, it was so bad that she had to cut her trip short. She described how Tia would spend an unusual amount of time in Tim's room with candles lit and romantic songs playing.
He was going to fix the cameras, and him and Dallin were going to fix the cameras outside.
Not that week.
This
The boys
wow.
I wasn't present. I didn't know nothing about
See how that
I'm blown away right
a
now.
towel
Like,
on it, that it had to be moved up? Because if
What
they waited
happened?
another week for George to be killed, then the cameras would have been working. So the person that did it knew that. They knew the cameras were going to be working soon, and they had to do it then.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Couldn't follow what you were saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying, but I didn't get what you were saying. Like I said, I didn't know nothing about the conversation until the boys told me after. I think when the news.
yeah, she do got a Shirley
And the
face.
boys said that their dad had talked to them about training. I think he was going to let my oldest one watch him do the cameras or whatever, because he would take him in the summer. But my thing is I just found out not too long ago the daggone the neighbor. No,
This is not
there's
the
nothing.
time.
Nope, there's nothing. The only thing, like I said, that I have to admit now
Ivy's
to the
George's
world, I
sister,
guess,
yep.
is the affair.
Well, I just don't
unfortunately.
want you. I don't want you to protect him.
I'm not protecting him. I have to own what the things that I'm guilty of. I will own it at this point. The affair, I'm very embarrassed, and I know my mom and my children would be very hurt by it. But if it has to come out, it has to come out. But anything beyond a freaking affair, that's it. That's the only thing I'm guilty of, is having an affair. Yes, and I'm not belittling it like it's nothing. I know that's a big thing.
Well, yeah,
So I'm
you
not
got
saying it
freaks.
like, oh, that's all I did, but that is the only damn thing I'm guilty of, is that. That is it. And
Ivy,
is
what's
it
up?
wrong?
Yeah, for
Is it
sure.
dirty? Is it treacherous? Yes. But I will own it. That is what happened.
Okay.
And if I
And that's the part. That's the disrespectful part, Muff. She didn't try to fake the funk. And when this man's sister is at his house where you laying up with the man that murdered him, and you playing goddamn Johnny Gill and Eddie Levert, not Gerald, Eddie. You playing Eddie Levert with these candles playing. Why this man's sister? You a disrespectful mud. You a dog for real, and I ain't even gonna play it because you don't even deserve it.
need to, I mean,
I'm
you
talking
have
about
to tell me,
he
do I
hit
need to go ahead
bottom
and tell my
bottom
children that
and still
about
had
the
some
affair?
room to go in.
Tell your children.
She couldn't even get, but hey, yo,
Okay.
nah.
I didn't know whether I needed to go on and go ahead and tell them.
I don't.
Now, will
She
you
was
be telling?
baptized.
I know you. I mean, it's up to you whether you tell me that. Will you be telling his mom and his sisters about it?
About the affair?
Yes.
I don't discuss those types of things. If he was charged or somebody's charged him, then I will tell him, hey, so-and-so's been charged in the murder, but I'm not going to go divulge
Okay, because I prefer if you're going to tell him, I'd rather tell him first.
Okay.
That's the one I'm asking.
All right. Well, let me go talk to him again, okay?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you need right now?
No, but I'm going to, my son needs to get to practice at 5:30.
Okay. All right.
Tia eventually admitted to being in a relationship with Tim, but claimed that it began because she suspected George of cheating on her. However, the detectives could find no evidence to support her claims about George's alleged infidelity. Harvey Tim Lee. Though the detectives had already strong case against him, they hoped to extract more information from him, potentially uncovering additional details or motives behind George's murder.
Talk to me about the what happened that night and where you were at and all that. I know we've gone over it several times, but just kind of walk me through it again, okay?
Hey, Tim packing that sausage down there.
Yeah, well, just what you can remember. Sometimes people remember things they didn't the first time around, so if you may say something now that would be like, okay, that helps me, so.
Yeah, I got bad memory though. From sleep apnea.
Okay.
Shoot. That night, the 911 call. I ran inside. Well, actually, turned back around. I ran inside. Told Tia, look, pick up the phone, call 911.
Okay. So you were at the table, right?
Yes.
Sitting on the laptop. So she, at some point you saw her. Now when you went to the front door, you looked out the window, and that's when you saw it was George, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At what point did you go out the door?
When I went back up and came back.
Well, that boy got a
with the gun.
Hey, no homo. That boy got a baby leg or some shit. Damn, she got. Damn, bro. Like now he got. But I'm gonna say this. She had to have some good fight too. If you willing to kill by that fight.
You had put when you were putting it back, or when you were bringing it down.
Bring it down.
Okay. And then you put it back. And when did you see Tia again?
And everyone in the house knew about Tia and Tim before George died too, including the kids.
Dispatch. And
Me either, Modesty. Hey, start calling Tim Trapper Tim. Oh my mama.
She said, I heard Frankie said, my brother's out there. So she said, T, the lady on dispatch wants to talk to you. So came back in, got the phone from her, and she asked me if I know how to do CPR. I said, no, I don't. And then she walked through it.
Okay. At what point did the neighbor come over there?
During the part where I was trying to perform.
Yeah, but I can see that.
All right.
And then she actually took
soon as the chick
what was going
out
on
of
with
there?
the cameras that were on the house? I remember saying that they weren't working. When was he planning to fix those?
Jordan been saying that for the longest.
Okay.
In fact, when I moved in, he said that because that was one thing that I picked up on. I was like, okay, cool, you got cameras here. He said, yeah, but they don't work.
Okay. So they hadn't worked since you had moved in. Is there a reason why he never fixed them? Since that's what he did for a living, that he didn't want the ones at his house to work?
I had no idea, because his best friend, Rob, we had just did Rob's house, I think back in November, might have been. So
yeah,
it's like,
Tim was trying to get the bag for sure.
we do this for a living every day, and then we just did your best friend's house. But still had no cameras up.
Okay.
Many fingers point at Tim as the prime suspect, largely because no one knew that he was living with George. Even worse, that George had never mentioned it to anyone. But Tim said that George had offered him a job at his security company after he lost his previous job. When George discovered that Tim was living out of a hotel, he invited him to stay with the family, unable to just stand by and watch his friend struggle.
Have you talked to Rob?
When after everybody left, I talked to Rob briefly, and then I want to say maybe about
this man.
Probably about maybe 3-4 weeks later, I texted him and I was just like, I don't understand, like, why am I being looked at as a suspect? And he just said, well, tell the police I do their job, you know, all via text. But he was like, everybody asks questions. He said, so we're just asking questions. He said, because I myself didn't know that you were there.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing that threw a lot of people off. About you living there. They didn't understand where you came from or why you were there or why. He wouldn't just mention it to somebody.
And even when I explained that to Ivy that night, she said, I hear your story. She said, but that's bull. She said, 'cause my brother would have told me. He would have told me. And even when Margie interjected, she said, Mama, I hear what you're saying. But no, he would have told me. She said, out of all my siblings, me and Bubba would be close. He would have told me.
Do you know if he talked to her often or no?
Like from matter of fact, I think it was the first time or the second time we talked. But anyway, from the first time I met them, like George, Laura, the older sister, she was already moved out. George took care of the house. Like he paid the bills. He got all his sisters ready. He did all that. If they needed baths, George did that. So him and Ivy were always real tight. And even when George moved to Georgia, I think he stayed in Savannah then, made his way back here, Ivy got into some little issues in South Carolina. So she relocated here, started working for George, stayed here for a couple of years, and she moved back to South Carolina. And she was still working for George in South Carolina. So, I mean, anytime he went home, he always made sure he saw Ivy.
So George was a family. He watch out for his sister.
And that's
Y'all
where he was
took,
at
bro.
the week of the murder. He'd been in South Carolina.
Wait, did he just say she took over doing CPR? I thought she was standing at the top of the stairs. They can't get their lie together. Bro, Tim was the mastermind of it all, and Tia didn't stick to the story. Should have had a burner phones for the affair, probably would have got off. Swear to God, they was digmatized. She was digmatized. She was just, yeah. She just wanted some attention, little Gargamel face.
No.
And Tim knew she was goddamn vulnerable and vulnerable and in need of some wood.
Down to the beach to visit.
He put down a few of his best moves.
Spend time with
Okay. Right. So one of the things was, obviously I've talked to you before, and a lot of people had some concerns. What was your relationship with Tia? I know that you guys say it's a brother-sister relationship. I know that in the phone it said big sis.
Oh, let's get into
you
this.
Said that's what it was going to say inside the
Let's
phone.
get into this.
What is the relationship in your eyes, and what was it before? Has it changed at all through any of this?
I mean, she's still my big sister. No matter what, I always look out for her. If you ask her mom, she'll tell you the same thing.
So, I mean, I talked to her mom, and that's what she said. My question too is, in your phone, you have her saved as Big Sis. In her phone, she has you listed as a female's name for both of your numbers. You know why that is?
I mean, I never went through her phone.
So this is her phone, and these are your numbers saved under this female name. And then that's the black phone you had, and then the IPH is the iPhone.
Well,
so why does she?
Sonya is my sister.
Does she? Your sister had both your numbers?
No, I'm talking about my big sister, my real sister. Her first name is Sonya.
Okay.
So I don't know why she has.
But why would she save you and her phone as that? If you guys are so close, why would she feel like she has to?
That's how she made the correlation.
I don't go through it.
That's how she kept the correlation. Oh, this is sister.
Did you guys talk a lot that George didn't know about? That she was gonna. She thought he was gonna be upset.
We always talked in front of George. So I mean, it was wasn't just me. Several of
he put that George like a scrub.
Like, she said, and if you'd have asked her mom would tell you the same thing. Like her boys, like we could be in the room. Matter of fact, I know Ivy brought it up that night. But we can be in the room, listening to music, watching movies. George come home, he'd go get the computer chair, pull it right in the room, and we'd all just sit and watch the same movie. Because they didn't have a TV in their bedroom. So the only two TVs in the house upstairs is mine and the Tia's mother. So
Tia and Tim had been exchanging inappropriate texts and explicit pictures, taking their affair beyond mere secrecy. Not only that, but the pair had been having sex whenever George wasn't home. Detectives believe that Tia saved Tim's number under the name Sonia in her phone to avoid raising suspicion whenever they were in communication.
So, like I said when I remember that we had your phones before, I told you we can get everything that's deleted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that, obviously I have those emails. I have all those emails that Tia had sent you, okay? And in those emails, she talks about yours and hers relationship and talks about how good you are sexually.
From Tia?
Mm-hmm. So that's obviously my issue here is that everything shows that you guys were having some kind of relationship.
Yeah, she blew cover. She blew cover. He's like, Tia? Yeah, he was shocked. He was shocked like hell.
And I know you know these were sent to you and you read them because it shows us whether you opened it or not. So tell me, why are you lying about it?
I like to exercise my right to plead the fifth.
Okay. Do you want to continue this conversation, or you just don't want to talk about this?
If I can go, or if I can contact my own attorney.
Okay.
At this point.
Do you have an attorney? All right, let me talk to her right quick, and then we'll work on that. Okay.
Smart man. Tia done dropped the ball. Tia, you messed up.
What you doing, Officer Swanhauser?
How you feel, Smarty?
The reason Officer Smith and myself are paying this call is for the purpose of issuing a warning.
A warrant?
A warning. It's come to the attention of the department that an as yet unidentified suspect is operating in this area and attempting to sell copper that has previously been burglarized, and that said burglary may have been perpetrated by the suspect in question.
There's a dude trying to unload some hot copper that he snatched himself.
Oh. Well, I thought he's dead.
So until we apprehend the suspect in question, the department advises that you refrain from all purchases of copper from any person or persons canvassing the area. If you are approached, you're to notify the district police immediately.
Until this cat gets busted, be cool on copper. And if he hits on you, contact your local fuzz. Did you peep the dude that's been ripping them off? Do we have a make on the suspect?
As far as we're able to ascertain, the suspect in question is a male Caucasian with no distinguishing physical characteristics.
He's a white dude.
Yeah, some of my best friends are white.
Yeah, well, we'll see you later. We gotta get going. Oh, okay, listen.
All right, then.
Anytime you're in the neighborhood,
Yeah, you're welcome here.
just drop in. We can
Yeah,
play some
home
checkers
is like
and
your
stuff.
home.
Anytime you come by,
Yeah.
we're always welcome here.
That's right.
Say, Fred,
Huh?
what you got here? A load of hot copper?
No, we just covered this stuff up because...
Didn't want to get it rusty. It was going to rain last night.
Yeah, it was in the paper.
Yeah, gotta get going. Come on, partner.
We don't want to get it wet.
Yeah. Anytime you're in the neighborhood, drop in. It was nice meeting you, Officer Swanhauser.
Bye, Swanee.
Hey, Tim. So, obviously, after I talked to you and you wanted to speak to a lawyer and all that, okay, I kind of have to go with everything I have based off of what I have, okay? You're going to be transported to the jail today, okay? All right? You'll get to speak to a judge when you get over there, and you can call a lawyer and do whatever you need to do, okay? All right? We'll let them decide that.
Was it
Yeah, we'll do the bathroom.
Tim,
Perfect. What's up?
Tim, will you stand up for me? Put your hands behind your back. I'm going to give you some instructions. I just need you to separate your feet, sir. There you go.
It's a quick ride, Tim. You
Oh,
can
for some
when you
coochie.
get there. Probably less than 10 minutes. You're not gonna pee yourself, are you?
I'm kind of close.
Kind of close.
No, we'll
Okay.
get you.
Sergeant Penn will make sure that
We'll get you
will
close.
happen.
Do you have anything on you at all? Tim. Okay. What do you have in your pocket?
Cash.
After information about the case got out and the insurance company was informed, they withheld the $1 million life insurance payout, stating that they would not release it to Tia until a court delivered its verdict.
Look at her
Court.
long jaw.
After the
Hell
intense
nah.
investigation, Tim and Tia Young were arrested and charged with malice.
Hell nah. For that, Tim. Hell nah.
Murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault in connection with George Young's death. Prosecutors argued that the motive behind the murder was Tia and Tim's alleged relationship and their desire to live off George's $1 million life insurance policy. Now, while the case was strong, there were critical gaps. No gunshot was found on either Tia or Tim, and the murder weapon was never recovered. Well, despite these missing pieces, detectives maintained that Tim had personally shot George, especially because of timeline discrepancies. But they didn't rule out the possibility that Tim might have hired someone to carry out the act. Both Tia and Tim pleaded not guilty, but the judge denied them bail. On April 15th of 2019, Tia Young was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Harvey Lee, meanwhile, received life without the possibility of parole for malice murder. Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the evil teen who did a brutal stabbing at her school.
Stupid behind Tia, man. What y'all think about today's case? A lady that really, and I know we ain't talking, it's morally wrong, but you got your man that's paying all the bills, providing you with the life that you can be proud of. You got your side dude laying up getting you the wood that you love. Kids straight, mama, your mama in the house, taking care of the mama. You say, nah, I just want to be with my side dude. That stay with my husband. That stay under my husband's roof. I want to be with him. They gave her, but she got with parole. She got mad. She got, Tam say jail for those eyebrows. She must years of that Aquafina, yeah. She got years for that Aquafina, yeah. Malice murder, she got off with the possibility of parole. So she gonna wag. She gonna get out. She had that Aquafina, yeah, for sure. She must have that Aquafina. Nah, they had an outside shooter. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. They thought they were finna get off on that. They hired somebody to pop them. Lord, motherfucker, I thought that was the mama. Good job, judicial system. And it turned gray fast. Yes, sir, it did turn gray fast. That's the real question. Why was he living up there from real? Because he said George invited him to live there because he worked. George put him on. He was working for George for a little bit. So George was the paymaster. George was green as a bean that's green. Lord, Tia is a fool. Y'all, I want to say thank y'all again for tapping in. Y'all know we gonna do that night shift. We gonna spin by night shift. We got another case. So at 6:05, because you know I do my off to everybody else. 6:05. Tap in tonight, right here, same channel. We gonna do it again. I got a brand new case. We gonna get some work in today. And then you can get you a little break, get you something to eat, and then guess what you can do? While grown folk talk with me and that boy boss. Hey man, I see y'all tonight, man. But I'm gonna let y'all talk to my clerk. If y'all hadn't talked to the clerk yet, make sure you handle the clerk with respect. And then I'm gonna see y'all tonight. Love y'all.
Hear me.
We know, girl. We just want our check.
And I got respect for some of you females.
It's me in it.
But some of you females have to calm down.
You doing all that head shaking. We just asked your crooked back to cash our check.
Treat me like a human.
A what?
And I will treat you like a lady.
I said it's me in it here too, bro.
You understand me? Clock it.
Oh, it's 10:15 in the morning.
Treat me like a human, and I will treat you like a woman. I will treat you like a lady.
First off, what is a lady?
I will have respect for you. Mo definitely have
Damn, your
respect
backhand,
for
your
you.
tongue cricket.
But some of you girls that really out there trying to be funny
We just trying to cash our
and
kids.
trying to, you know what I'm saying, get this clap fame.
Say, nephew, wait a minute, Jay. I'm tired.
What are you being funny for?
Funny, boy. I just want my damn check.
I don't need you to try to be funny. You can just come up and act.
Where's Uno?
I am a human.
Here this morning, police are looking for a
The
suspect
only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the Ones Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
The Ones Detective Agency, with your captain, Uno the One.